You know when you ask your parents for something when you're in the shop and you're like, hey, can we get that, please? Oh, it would be so good if we got that. But you're kind of joking because it's like ridiculous, it's expensive, or it's just too out there for them to buy it. And they turn around and they're like, yeah, sure, put it in the basket. That's relevant here. Hello everybody, welcome to another video by Natalie Fantasy. So today I'm going to be telling a story. Yes, that's a little bit different from my previous things, and yes, I intend on doing more like this, but I thought this was an especially good one to start off with, seeing as it is a quite large, I guess, origin from something that is a very big part of my life. So I'm carrying on with the idea behind this channel, which was just telling as many things from my life that seem to be vaguely interesting or stuff that I can talk about for at least 10 minutes. So this one is about the story of how I came to get 2 of the 3 cats that I have. So one day, I think probably about 2 years and a little bit ago, maybe 2 years and 7 or 8 months ago, I was walking through a local pet shop in my town, or nearby town, and we were looking for stuff to put in a fish tank, because I used to keep fish. I currently keep fish anyway, but at the time, I used to keep fish. And I wanted to go back to keeping fish because I enjoyed it. So we were in this pet shop and we're looking, and they have the thing where they have ads for free kittens, or not free kittens, but kittens need a good home. This dog sponsor this pet charity thing. So I'm looking through them as my dad's talking to someone about getting something in the shop, and I look at this thing and it says 8-week-old kittens for sale. Like, come and buy as suggested price. And I think to myself, we've only got 1 cat. There's no chance that my dad's ever gonna say yes to getting these cats. But I'm gonna try it anyway. Because why? Why not? I just thought the worst thing that's gonna happen is he's gonna turn around and go, no, that's ridiculous. And I was like, okay, that's reasonable. So I bring him over, I'm like, Dad, come here, look at that. And then jokingly I go, wanna get 2 kittens? And he goes, what's the number on there? So I'm reading the number out and he goes, okay, got it. Let's go. So we message the, he phones up the lady and she goes, oh yes, I've only just got back from putting that notice up. Do you want to come over today and have a look at these cats and see what you think? And we're like, so I'm thinking, are we really gonna buy these cats or what? I'm really confused. Yes, we did. So we go over, and the first thing he says before we get out the car, once we found her house, she only lived maybe like 10-15 minutes away from the town, so that was only like 20 minutes away from where we lived, so it wasn't a long journey at all. So we we get there, and before we get out the car, he's like, look, if there's anything wrong with the house or like the cellar or anything like that, we're not gonna get them. This is a bit of a spontaneous thing. We'll just look around and we'll just see. So we go in. This lady's house is completely cat proof. it's made so no cat could ever get out or hurt themselves. It was literally like she had orientated this entire little like room house that she lived in to just be cat friendly. We went round, we saw the mother cat, and we briefly saw the dad cat, or the father cat, but apparently he was very shy and he ran away. And when we checked out the kittens, so it was a little litter of 5 kittens, 4 or 5 kittens, I think. They were all tabbies, they were all this like black, white, and tan colour, other than this one grey one. And yeah, so we were looking around, and my dad was like, what one do you want? And I was like, are we really getting these cats? And he was like, we're really getting these cats. So he went, okay, we're only gonna get 1, but we're gonna have to go home and get cat baskets first so that we can actually like take them home safely. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. So by this point it was maybe like 4 in the afternoon. She was like, that's fine, no worries, I'll be here. Just go and come back and it'll be good. So we go, we pick up a cat basket, and my dad looks at me and goes, you didn't think we were getting one, did you? And I was like, absolutely not. Why would I? It was a spontaneous thing. So we go back to her house. We're checking all, like, she's showing the kittens. We're like checking them, making sure like there's nothing that seems off with them, because sometimes when you get like unsupported breeders, they can have like bad conditions, even though it doesn't look it at first. Everything about these kittens checked out. They seemed in great condition. So yeah, we with when I was staying there, and my dad was like talking to the lady, and I was like, I really want this one. And the lady's like, oh, we're pretty sure that one's a girl, but it's hard to tell. They're only sort of like 8 weeks and a couple days old. So we So my dad's like, okay, we'll put that one. And then he goes, I want this one. So surprise, surprise, not only were we spontaneously getting one kitten, we were getting two. So on the way home, we quickly stopped off and brought kitten food. We brought the kittens home. We introduced them to Oreo. People might not know this, but I have had a previous cat who at this point was, I think, about 2 years old. We got her on my birthday, and she's amazing. She's this black and white, like, sort of tuxedo type cat. She's quite small. She's quite chunky at the moment. I absolutely love her to bits. She's my special girl. She didn't take kindly to us having 2 new kittens. We had to carefully introduce them. And she did put them in their place, but once they started adventuring, she kind of just scampered off to the next room and just hid away there, where she got used to them on her own terms, luckily, because otherwise, I don't know how that would have turned out, and it probably honestly wouldn't have been well. She's shown to be quite unfriendly to other cats, as a lot of cats are. She sticks to her nature. And currently now, which is like 2 years and a bit later, she gets on pretty well with them. She'll occasionally cuff one of the boys, just put them in their place. But yeah, so that's basically the story of the Tabby Boys. Once we got them home from on the Sunday we brought them, we were thinking, what could we possibly name them? Like what could we name them? So my dad's sitting there holding this cat that he's chosen, and he's like, "Oh, it's so cute." We're like fussing over them. We're like, oh, what could we possibly name them? And the lady had said that the one that I chose, she thought was a girl, and I said that, and the one that my dad chose thought was a boy, so that's fine. So we were like, we're gonna kind of go with that. And so we're thinking, what we're really into at the moment? Marvel. What are we gonna do? We're gonna name them after Marvel characters. So I was like, I think it'd be hysterically funny if I had this little tabby kitten and I called it Wanda, as in like Scarlet Witch. Why? I don't know, because it's funny. Because apparently I think I'm funny. And so we've got my one, who's Wanda, and then we have this slightly chubby, very playful, very adventurous, dopey looking cat that just doesn't look anything like a Marvel character. That's a weird sentence. It just doesn't look like it should be named after a Marvel character. And what does my dad do? I'm gonna call him Star-Lord. So that's why we've got a cat called Star-Lord, or Starboy, or Star variation of that name that I've decided to nickname him. So fast forward a week or so, and from obvious reasons, we found out that Wanda was not a girl. So we were thinking, we could just leave the names the same, or I could take this wonderful opportunity and name him Cass. Because why wouldn't I? He's Cass, he's Cassie Boy, he's Cass, or Cass Man as I call him sometimes. So yeah, that's about it with the Tabby Boys. It was an incredible stroke of luck that my dad happened to be secretly looking for kittens at the time, so he actually had some stuff at home anyway that he had hidden away from me. I love having pets, and they're definitely a bigger part of my life at home, and I love them a lot. Currently we are also looking after 2 kittens who are little arse-hats, to be honest. But their names are Nebula and Zorro. They are some very, very, very fluffy cats. We are looking after them from a friend just for the next sort of week or so. And they are not nice to our cats. So these kittens are maybe 10 weeks old at most, somewhere between 10 and 12 weeks old. And they've kind of taken charge of the house. I don't know how much you know about cat hierarchies, but they sort of have like a pecking order type thing. These kittens have annihilated it. Our cats are so confused, they don't even know what to do anymore. Every time a cat walks near the kittens, they hiss. Except for Cass. Cass doesn't care. He walks past them and one of them will like sniff at him and he'll be like, when did you get here? Every time. So I have some silly cats basically, and that's basically all there is to it. So thank you for listening to this short story video. If you like this, I will do some more short stories about just little things that have popped up in my life. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!